Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy and I'm a flow state coach, which means I help you feel better and perform better. So I've been rapping since I was like 9 years old, okay? And I loved it. I loved hip hop for a really long time and it's always something that I gravitated towards. And I'm very interested in the rhyme schemes and the multis. I got very obsessed with it, right? I got super obsessed with just like writing lyrics, and from a very young age, I was rap battling from a very young age. So I've heard every single insult there is known to man for being an Indian rapper. So what somebody tells me probably isn't going to be something that I haven't heard before if I ever rap battle again, that is. But anyway, I want to give you some tools today. In terms of if you're just starting out as a freestyle rapper, like what are some things that you can do? Because, just being a good freestyle rapper doesn't necessarily mean that you make amazing tracks. And if you make amazing tracks, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a great freestyle rapper. Okay? Now, I've sort of mastered the sense of freestyle in a way which is very directly correlated with the flow state, because the flow state is all about being in that zone, and freestyle is a great way to get into the flow state. So I've found it is one of my primary tools in order for me to actually get into the flow state. So some of the things that I would just generally say if you are getting into this and maybe you aren't at expert mode, you're just in beginner mode, I would definitely look at a few different resources. First of all, and I know this sounds kind of condescending, but look up the book How to Rap. Okay, How to Rap. There's a book by Vocabulary on rapping, as well as How to Rap 2. There's two books. So definitely that's kind of a great resource to begin this rap journey, because it gives you all the different, it gives you lots of different places to really analyze this and look for different things, and it'll really help you out like when you're first beginning. I would definitely also check out some supplementations. What I mean by that is, check out rhymezone.com. Rhymezone.com is great. It's a rhyming dictionary. I would actually even get a rhyming dictionary ordered from online and just skim through it, because the more times you spend with reading and different words and improving your vocabulary, it's just going to help you a lot more in this rap arena, okay? You've got to have that verbal wit. You've got to think on your feet and improvise. So the more words that you have in your noggin, you'll be able to like bring that out in the middle of a freestyle sometime, and it'll just pop out if you just keep, feeding yourself with lots of new vocabulary and different words. Another thing that I'd recommend is definitely try having a word generator. Just put on a random beat that you find on YouTube and just start, pressing the word generator, taking that word and trying to make something of it. That's really practicing like thinking on your feet and being able to just, come up with whatever you can with that word. And it's really going to help you stay in that pocket and stay in the zone. So that's another technique. Also, another thing that I would definitely say, if you are starting out, definitely try scatting, mumbling, humming as much as you can, okay? You don't have to actually formulate words in the beginning. A lot of people have this misconception that you have to be like, oh, there was a cat and then I saw a bat. Like, okay, you don't need to go super nursery here. Though that does help. I'm sure it does help, because I was probably starting out there too. However, if you just feel like mumble rapping or just like scatting in the beginning, just so you can get used to the beat, it's really going to help you out, okay? So actually feel the beat and what it's telling you. A beat has a kind of emotion that it's giving you. Maybe it's a turn up song, maybe it's much more of a sad and slow beat where you can actually spend time with the beat. So perhaps if you're just starting out, start with slower beats where you can actually take your time, enunciate your words, be able to find which parts of the word you can accentuate. That really helps, as well as understanding a few things about So, knowing a few things about how to actually write lyrics will actually help you in the freestyle space. So, learning about rhyme schemes, for instance, like there's AA, AB, AB, or just, even AAB, AABCA, right? So, you can have lots of different ways that you go about a rhyme scheme. What I would recommend for a rhyme scheme is just first go A B A B or A. Okay, so AA would just be a generic kind of rhyme scheme, right? So like, I went to the mall, thought I was gonna ball, right? That's just AA. However, AB would be like, I looked fast at my diploma, I trashed it like a grown up, it splashed me in a coma, so I dashed and got a donut. Okay, so what I'm also doing here is like, you'll notice these slant rhymes, right? Donut doesn't necessarily rhyme with coma. However, it's a slant rhyme. So when you're freestyling, you can actually use a lot of slant rhymes and make it sound like the way you want it to sound. So if you want influencer to sound like influenza, you've got to use a slant rhyme in that sense. You get what I'm saying? I won't get too scientific and like complicated for you guys, but hopefully you guys who are watching this video are kind of familiar with these terms, right? So anyway, what I really want to give you some tools is that, like, you want to use your premonition and you want to premeditate a few of your lines beforehand. Now, what I mean by this is like thinking of the next line before you're going to rhyme the next line. So let's say in your mind what comes up to you, the instant download that you get is the word dog, right? So you gotta think of dog and think of all the other rhymes associated with dog even before you start going to the beat, right? So practice just taking one simple word and just think of as many rhymes as you can associated with that. That'll really help you stay in that zone a lot longer. Now you know dog, fog, mog, sog, right? All these words, it's kind of like playing these word generator games, or like, these games where you have to think of the different words. Any kind of verbal games will really help you in your hip hop and your rapping, okay? So, another thing is to create your own style eventually, okay? A lot of different rappers have a different individual signature essence that they bring to their music. By the way, guys, if you want to check out my music, I'll leave it in the description. Definitely check out a few of my songs. I'd really appreciate that. My rap name is Scripts. And, basically, you want to also play around with ad libs. A lot of rappers nowadays like, wow, yeah, huh, yeah, skirt, wow, blah, brr, yo, huh, right? The people are using this, but it's just really good to use that instead of filler lines like or ah, okay, or like yeah. Don't kind of. I mean, it's good to make mistakes in the beginning because then you can learn to hop on the mistake. So in freestyle rapping, we have something where we use the mistake to our benefit. And that's a great life lesson as well. But you really want to take the little mistake that you make, maybe a fumble or you stutter over a word twice, you make that a part of the art form and a part of the performance. So you're like, when I went to the zoo, I didn't know what to do, huh? If you know the zoo, right? You actually want to use it as a part of the thing that you're saying. Instead of thinking, oh, it's this embarrassing thing that I've said, oh man, I fumbled, use that fumble and jump on top of that fumble with the next line. So don't stay there. Don't dwell on it onto the next rhyme. Okay, this is the lesson that you're going to continuously learn through freestyle rapping, okay? Keep going. It's like keep going. Whatever you're saying, no filter. Like absolutely no filter. You're going to say some atrocious things and your subconscious mind is going to say some weird and wacky things. It doesn't matter at this point, right? Freestyling becomes a skill set over time. And that's something that you got to practice when you're in the subway, when you're going to the mall, wherever you are. You want to basically just remind yourself, like, how do I rap? How do I rhyme this word with this word? What can I think of? Like, you're constantly doing this. You're constantly repeating this over and over and over again until it's hardwired and ingrained in your brain, okay? And freestyle also about things that you notice, okay? Things that you notice around you, things that you feel inside of you, things about your own life, things that you know about. Don't rap about like guns and like, money and all this kind of generic stuff that all rappers are talking about, because that isn't authentic to you and people are going to sniff that out in a heartbeat. So always try and find things that truly resonate with you, and you're like, "Oh wow. Like I can definitely see the passion behind this. I can definitely see the emotions behind this." One very interesting book that I started listening to the audiobook is The 4D Songwriter. You guys have probably seen ads for that too, but it's like $3 that he's offering it, right? I got it. It's really good, right? I just started it out, but it has some really great points about how to get your music out there. And yeah, definitely check out my new song on Spotify called Chatter Genie, okay? I am on YouTube, rapping for YouTube. If you know that I'm doing that voodoo zooms here, cause this is that new year. Yeah, 2020 has been pretty crazy, but I know that I ain't really lazy. Really wanna get down, yeah. You know that I got that crown, yeah. If you really wanna be profound, and you don't really gotta be underground. Nah, I am in the mainstream every single time that I feel these fake dreams coming up. But you know that I'm taking all of these rappers from the A Street, huh? And if you wanna know, yeah, you know that just we about to go. We about to go and we taking it slow like a turtle on draw, huh? If you just got it, yeah, you know that I'm just waiting to blow up like products. If you know that it's just cosmic, from another planet, but you can't stand it. I am just feeling like Erasmus, elastic. Yeah, I'm Mr. Fantastic. I'm just elastic. You cannot smash this. Insignificant, living the dreams is just lucid. Yeah, that I'm just stupid, huh? Hitting the strings like I'm Cupid, yeah. Hitting the arrows like Cupid, yeah. If you know what I'm be talking about, if you know that I just walk into Waffle Houses and you know that I'm talking about you, if you know that I'm just walking around you, I am on YouTube, I'm doing a freestyle, I'm going and chanting, I'm channeling mannequin, yeah. You were just fake like you mannequin, yeah. You start panicking, Padawan Anakin, yeah. Yeah, essentially this is what kind of freestyling is just having fun, having fun, messing up. You noticed me stumbling a couple of times through that, but I kept going, I enjoyed myself, and I think that a main part of, freestyle rapping is just really enjoying yourself. Like, even if you're messing up, it's just having fun with it, not taking yourself seriously, not like feeling bad about something that you said or like something that has come up, but really like figuring out a way to just channel the pure words and the kind of emphasis on those words that just come up naturally for you. And that's the best advice that I can have for you, is just keep going, keep practicing, keep fumbling, keep moving through the awkwardness. And eventually it won't be so awkward anymore. It'll feel much more natural, and it's a really fun thing to do with friends as well, like ciphering. So I hope this video helped you out today, guys. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you, and stay legendary.